When it comes to training to get a better looking back, it's about challenging yourself and having variety. And in this video, I have 4 exercises that do just that. So let's get started. We're going to start with the low cable row or the lawnmower row, whichever you want to call it. When you're doing this exercise, first get in a staggered stance. Before you start pulling with that working arm, make sure it's straight. As you're pulling, keep that shoulder down at all times. And you want to try to squeeze that shoulder blade back as much as possible as well. And a great thing about this exercise is the fact that you're on your feet. It makes it more athletic and harder because you're on your feet, stability is more of a requirement, which means those back muscles as well as some other muscles are working harder, which means more potential for muscle growth. Next, we have the cable high row. We're going to maintain that staggered stance, keep that working shoulder down. Before you start pulling again, make sure that arm is as straight as possible. And then when you're bringing that arm back, make sure you bring it as far back as possible to get a nice contraction on those lats. And if you're asking, what's the difference between this exercise and the one before it? Now with this exercise, because you have your arm up higher, you get more stretch, and more stretch means more tension. When it comes to muscle building, more tension means the muscle's working harder, and then when muscle's working harder, you get more potential for muscle damage, which means more potential for muscle growth. Next, we have the seated one arm row. We're gonna do the neutral grip to start off with, which is gonna keep the elbows tucked in, which means more lat action. Now, like the exercises before it, keep that shoulder down. You wanna make sure you bring that arm as far back as possible to get a nice contraction on those lats. And with that resting arm, you can hold onto the chest plate to keep yourself stable as well. For the next exercise, we're gonna stay in the same spot. The only difference now is we're gonna have a prone grip, or with our palms facing away from us, which means our elbows are gonna be more flared out. And anytime you have your elbows flared out and you're rowing, you're gonna be working more the upper back. And as always, keep those shoulders down and bring your arms and those shoulder blades as far back as possible. Don't cheat yourself, and you wanna have the mindset, the set starts when you wanna stop. And these exercises together are great and functional because you're pulling from a high, low, and medium position, which is something that you do on a daily basis. And if you're getting value out of this video, please subscribe, turn on that bell, and leave a comment down below. And always remember to make mirrors your canvas, weights your paintbrush, sweat your paint, and may your drawing always be beautifully unfinished.